war is Gunnin. I'm the messenger, and death is what I will deliver. I signed your release. That makes you mine, my friend. You're a cop. The only way out of it is working for me. You are going to help my undercover unit burn this operation to the ground. You sure about this? Yeah. Am I speaking to the White Knight? My brother, he says that you are creative. Show me what you got, baby. You must be new.
But you're in prison, Tara.
Just get out. I'm going to give you a chance. I'm about to supply all of Europe with enough fentanyl to keep everyone alive for the next 10 years. You corner one market, we corner them all. There's a rogue detective in Rome. He thinks he's John Wayne. They're everywhere. They control everything.
We need to get out of here.
No one moves in here. That's no. I'm a man of action. Make sure these rats are dealt with accordingly. I need you to call me now. You have nose. You have to get out of there. I can't protect you. He's coming for all of you.
I'm John Jerva, and I'm with ACTION-FLIX.com. Are we good? Hi, Tom. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm so great. Such a fan. Like I said, we were talking a little bit before we started recording about Smallville, just the legacy of it. You know, you got to play the character for the longest time. So as fast as you can before we talk about Mafia Wars, just mention how it's meant to you, and even now to this day after the show ended.
Well, it is really cool because you know, I get to meet somebody like you who gets excited to meet somebody like me. If you know what I mean, because
Yes.
Otherwise, what would we be talking about except for Mafia Wars? But it was really cool, and what I think I learned a lot from Smallville is how to like the action part of it, and that's what, you know, obviously you get your Commando poster back there, and then like the action of Mafia Wars, that's my most fun part. Like I love the stunt days of Smallville, and I love running and shooting and, you know, jumping and all those other things. So that's a big part of Mafia Wars, in different outfits in a way.
Right. So that now let's transition into that. So now I love how, like, in your career now, like you're becoming it. Like I don't want to say you've never been an action star, because you did do action on Smallville and stuff like. But now you're traditionally becoming the action star, like you did the Professionals, which I'm watching right now. Actually, I got a overseas DVD. Love you on that show, and now you're doing Mafia Wars. Talk about tacking up and doing the Commando thing, the Black Ops thing. You know, with Cam Gigandet, who again is another guy who's been doing a lot of action. So talk about that aspect.
Well, listen, when I met Cam, I was a little starstruck because I'm a huge fan of his. And I mean this in the best way. I don't think he was that impressed by me because he was playing his character. You know what I mean? Because like even in when I did Professionals with Brendan Fraser, my character wasn't supposed to like him. But then I liked Brendan so much, it became difficult. So there has to be a certain separation there. But the days I look forward to in a production are the action days. Like they are. Like I love those days. It's very physical. You get to move. The most challenging days, and don't tell anybody this, are like the 5-page dialogue days. Those are stunt days for me, if you know what I mean.
Right. So yeah. So obvious it's hard because now it's like you stunt work. You're like, okay, do this, and it's physical and everything.
Right.
So have you always been a fan of action? Is this checking a box for you, like doing these movies and stuff? Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if I travel a lot and I try to upload my iPad with stuff I can watch on the plane, and I would say a good 80% of it is action movies that I either know of or don't even know of, but just want to watch. Like I do like action. I mean, listen, I like comedy. I like romantic stuff like that. Like we all do. But action. I like the movement of action. Yeah, that sounds ridiculous, but yeah.
No, that I totally understand. I get it. You know, I've been watching action films since I was 4 years old. So talk about Terry Jacobs. That's who you play in the movie. Now, I would say you're like because you know you can see I got Punisher going on and Blade and Wolverine and everything. But I love the anti-hero aspect. I love how you're because again, this is so different from Smallville because you know you're Clark Kent and you're super good. Don't you know? Let's just say it. You know, but now you're playing these like badass characters. You know, it's like so. Talk about Terry and you know, how did you approach him doing Mafia Wars?
Well, I think what I try to do is you try to find a trigger into the character so that when the camera rolls, you can get into it. And for Terry, he was doing bad things for a good reason.
Yes.
That was my in, and so he put up with a lot. He was playing some version of a long game in order to accomplish his goal. And I think that what ultimately happens in the film, I don't think Terry saw coming. It's a surprise to him as well. But that's sort of my way into it. That's my trigger.
Gotcha. So I got to wrap it up. So we got 1 minute left. So I just wanted to say again, Mafia Wars, awesome. Like just seeing you like running and gunning, you know, doing the command, like I said, doing the command, because you got that look. I mean, you got the build. You know, you got it going. So I like how you're
Well,
transitioning into this, and in the future, you got to do more of these roles because if you do, I'll get to talk to you more. So because it's like,
well,
you know,
let it. We're open to ideas about Mafia Wars 2, or
yes.
Mafia Wars as well, perhaps. I don't know. We'll see.
More Mafia Wars. There you go.
More Mafia Wars. There you go.
But again, Tom, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day and doing all the interviews and everything. I said this checks my box. You know, I always wanted to talk to you. Hopefully, maybe one day I'll get to talk to you longer because I would just like to pick your brain on Smallville and everything.
Oh,
and
for sure.
Awesome. So
no problem, John. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Cheers.